We are at the booth of Directa with Neurosurfer. They make an animation here with a specific tool. We are with the owner of the company and creator of the company, who will present us on what do you work and how it can help traders or people to invest their money better.
Yeah, hello everyone, my name is Duccio Martelli. I'm an assistant professor of finance here in Italy at Perugia University and visiting professor at Harvard University during the summertime. I'm here as the founder of ADFINANCE, a consulting company, and I would like to thank Directa for hosting my company and this experiment for this IT forum. So basically, during these 2 days, I've explained how neurofinance, or more in general, neuroscience, can help traders to better invest their money. Using this cap, which is very similar to a cap that we usually use during the summertime while we are on the beach or at the swimming pool, we can record and we can train our brain. Basically, you know that our brain produces some electricity, and this electricity can be recorded thanks to these electrodes. So, once these electrodes have captured the electricity, this amplifier amplifies the signals, and the signal is elaborated on this computer using a specific software. Then the subject or the investor which want to be trained can try to develop some capabilities, for example concentration or memory or calculation, in order to try to be more profitable while he makes his trades in his life.
Okay, in finance and in trading, the psychology, it's really important. I saw traders or people here in IT forum who try this thing. What you study and which advice you give them when they try your tool?
So basically, traditional finance says that everyone are similar because everyone is rational. And traditional finance tells us how we should behave in theory. But we know that behavioral finance explains us how we really behave in real life. The problem is that behavioral finance does not tell us why we behave in a certain way. So neuroscience, this is a new field of research in finance, explain us why we behave in a specific way. Basically, it is because we activate specific parts of the brain, and every part of the brain produces a different type of electricity with different amperage. So what we can do together, of course, with a trader is to help him to better develop or to focus on the specific part of his brain in order to improve his mind capability.
Okay, how many traders or investors used that already, and which are the conclusions that you made from it?
So basically, since I also work in the States, this kind of tools or methodology are quite developed there. The problem is that here in Italy, but I also think in France, it's a bit early. So most traders think that this is kind of electroshock or other stuff like that. Of course, it's completely the opposite. This tool does not produce any electricity, but it just records our own electricity. So it records how our brain works. So it's completely safe, risk is very minimum, and I think that in the near future this kind of tools, not just maybe this cap, but other tools or methodology from neurofinance could really help investors more in general, traders most of all, in order to be more profitable than they are right now.
Okay. Actually, we see more retail traders here in IT forum, but maybe in the professional companies, etc., they already use it, or it's also too early?
Yeah, basically, we probably know that neuromarketing is in some way more known. I mean, so if a company wants to develop an advertisement, maybe some of them ask the help from some neuroscientists. So in order to test their product, their campaign, in order to see if this advertisement is understood and is glad to their clients.
Okay. About the software, what do you study exactly? We see charts on your screen. What is it exactly? And maybe we can show to people after.
So basically the software gives us a feedback of how our brain works. So we could see, for example, that some part of our brain are in red or in blue. And if they are in blue, it means that that specific parts of the brain doesn't work so hard, while the parts which are in red colored are very active in this moment.
Okay, and for example, when you make the study, you put charts and market situation, or you do a test about something else?
You could do both. Here during the IT forum we presented just some games, some simulations, okay, which are not related to market conditions, but in real life I usually make experiments testing subjects with market conditions. So basically during the experiment our participants had to improve their concentration so that an airplane could fly longer and higher. If participants were able to do that, they would see the airplane on the screen, on the big screen, flying higher and longer.
Okay.
So, if they are able to do that, it means that implicitly it means that the part of the brain dedicated to the concentration worked at the time. So the participant can experience a specific feeling and he can replicate this feeling in his professional life, being quite sure that experiencing that feeling means let working a specific part of the brain, in this case reserved to the concentration.
Okay, and just to finish, to give example, when you made study with the markets, not here, but if you did it already, what, for example, when there is a big down market or where someone lose money, do you study that they react in a certain way and it activates specific things? There is example that you can give about it?
Yes, some participants, some traders, for example, could ask to show them strong depreciation or strong market downturns, and they ask us to help them to stay calm during these strong and adverse market conditions. Okay. So thanks to this methodology we are able to help them, and we can suggest them some strategy so that they can reduce the emotional impact of their emotions on their strategy.
This is the way they can use and be benefit of Neurosurfer. If people who show us are interested by Neurosurfer, where they can find it? Do you have a website?
Yes, we have a website, of course. Our website at the moment is only in Italian, so we apologize for any foreign emails or foreign visitors, but we are very glad to answer to any of your emails. Our website is www.adfinance.it. So if you want to reach me, send me an email at d.martelli, M-A-R-T-E-L-L-I, at adfinance.it.
Okay, I will let the links behind this video. And at the end, if the customer is interested, what he buy? Do he buy it? Do he come and have a study by a professional? What does the customer buys?
Basically, we don't sell the product, we sell the service, we sell our consulting activity. So if our viewer wants to buy this thing, they could do, but it's not so cheap because this cap and the software cost about 40,000 euros, so it's quite a lot of money. And basically, I'm quite sure that most of the traders are not able to run the software.
Enough money.
Exactly, not to invest enough money because
no,
I hope
40,000 in one tool. It's a lot of investment. So
I don't think
maybe, but
I don't think that there is a specific threshold saying that above this threshold something is cheap or is very expensive, or below this threshold is quite cheap. I think that the problem is that I pay 40,000 euros for what? You have to be a neuroscientist or at least a doctor in order to properly use this cap and in order to properly run the software and understand the results. This is the real problem.
Yeah.
So if you want to experience or to make a trial, maybe send me an email. We'll try to join you in France because I do some consulting activity of this type in the US. We could do something similar here in France, but also in Europe.
Neurosurfer. I didn't know. Now I know more about it, and it's interesting.
Neurofinance is the edge of finance. So
let's see. Thank you for your answers and for the presentation.
Thank you so much. Bye bye. Ti presti ai loro giochi?
No, io sto lavorando, poi
Non devi prestare ai loro giochi.
sì, acquistare.
Perché se una foto con la siringa,
So Davide Biocci, you are the Italian trader. You will make the neuro test. What do you think about it? Psychology is important for markets.
I don't know. My fear is that after this I cannot gain any more money in the market.
No. I want to say that this experiment is completely safe, simply because these electrodes simply records his brain activity. So if he's not able to concentrate, it's not because the electrodes are dirty or the software doesn't work. It's simply because his state of mind is not in that state. His mind is not in the proper state, in the right state of the concentration.
Okay.
So let's see how Davide performs and if he's able let the submarine goes on.
Okay, ti do the problem.
Infatti. Non capisco cosa sia successo. Devo rispegnerlo un attimo.
Dobbiamo riavviare il software, non ti preoccupare.
Sì, esatto.
E questi sono software che sono abituati a lavorare esatto, non con il trader. Ci siamo già capiti. Basically now the software is calibrating Davide's brain activity and is recording this activity, so that once the experiment starts, if Davide is good enough to focus on something, you can see that the summary goes up and goes longer.
And this is what we see on the screen. This is the brain activity of
yes, right.
Davide.
Yes, right. now Davide is trying to think different things. Nice girls, maybe being on the beach or being in front of the screen and things about doing some trading, but nothing works. Probably because his concentration is high when he's relaxed. Okay. So he has to work harder than the average trader, than the average individual in order to improve the specific part of his brain which is already quite developed.
Okay. And we see that sometimes the graph are green, sometimes it's yellow. What it is?
Yeah, basically you see two columns to histogram. The yellow one, which measures the capability, the brain capability which are testing, and the purple one, which measures and which increases when Davide moves. So Davide, it seems that compared to the previous trial, Davide is in some way learned how to improve this capability. So he has understood how to concentrate and to let that part of the brain dedicated to concentration. So if you think that moving that submarine is quite easy, actually it's very difficult, it's very hard, it's quite stressing, and most of all it's tiring. You see that now Davide is closing his eyes in order to reach the proper state of mind. But sometimes even if you close your mind or if you close your eyes, it doesn't mean that your level of concentration increases. Davide, are you tired?
Yes, today I am a lot.
Yeah, but have you concentrated so hard that in some way you are more tired than before?
No, no. I believe that I always do things with people around me, so I know how I can make my brain to stay outside from all rumors that I have around. But I was not able to do before because when you started trading, it was like a noise for me. Okay, when you started, discussing with him, talking, not trading. This is misunderstanding. But later on, I was able, closing my eyes, to be more concentrated, and I think he would have seen.
Yeah, absolutely. But I explained to our viewers that even though the submarine stays steady on the bottom of the screen, doesn't mean that you are not able to concentrate. It simply means that probably on average your part of the brain dedicated to concentration is more developed compared to the average trader or to the average individual. So if you want to develop that part, you have to work harder than many others.
Okay, it could be a good idea. It seems to be interesting.
It seems to be interesting? It
seems.
And what do you think about psychology in general, about finance? It's really important, you think?
Mainly it is I think that the emotional side is the main thing in trading.
Yeah?
Yeah, connected to the money that you put in the market, very effective in trading. If you are so emotional, you will not be successful in trading.
Davide, do you want to try another time doing maybe trying to let work another part of your brain? Not just concentration, but maybe, I don't know, relaxation, which is completely the opposite. So, because you probably know that in order to be a profitable trader, you have to stay, you have to lower your blood pressure, so you have to lower or exclude most of your emotions, especially the negative emotions, so relaxation can be very I think that being able to relax yourself can be very useful for everyone who want to be a trader, a profitable trader.
Okay. This kind of studies, you also use it in other kind of business and works than trading, I guess.
Yeah, of course. Also, for example, companies, whether they are financial companies or not, ask us to improve maybe some capabilities of their managers, or ask us to test whether, for example, their products are appreciated by the clients. And maybe sometimes a client could say, yes, I like your product and would like to buy it, but maybe his or her brains saying the opposite. So in some way, she lies, basically, he or she lies.
Okay.
So now you see that relaxing in this kind of environment is a bit more difficult. That's why we started testing the level of attention and concentration. Once again, maybe you can see that Davide has his eyes closed. So simply because he wants to and I think that he's thinking in his mind to be somewhere else.
Why? Because to move the thing, you have to focus.
You have to be relaxed.
Ah.
So you have to focus on relaxation. And if you are relaxed, another part of your brain activates and works. And we are recording that specific part.
Okay.
So which is completely different from the other one. From the previous one, I mean.
Yeah, because the previous one
was focused more on attention and concentration, while this experiment is focused on relaxation.
Okay, so it's a very good demonstration. Just the conclusion of this, for example, if Davide make all the tests, at the end he will know what are his good capacity and what are his difficult point, and so he can work on it. And
exactly, Davide can train himself, because if he understands that, okay, in order to be relaxed, I have to close my eyes, and maybe, I don't know, join my hands. When he's at home and he works in front of a screen and he wants to relax, he can replicate the same behavior, the same state of mind, and this implies that he's relaxing. The part of his brain dedicated to relaxation works properly.
Okay. And so this is another test. It's also about.
Basically, it's the same test, another trial, because you know you cannot improve your muscle simply because you go one time to the gym. Yeah. You have to go to the gym regularly, and if you want to improve your brain capability, you have to do these kind of experiments regularly. Like going to the gym. Instead of going to the gym to improve your body, you go there to improve your brain. I think this matters the most for a profitable traders.
Thank you for all the explication and the demonstration.
Bye bye.